Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Follow me. Hello, hello, hello. You are listening to or watching the Manifest on Purpose show. I am the host of that show. I am Kimberly. I am here to help you elevate to a higher state of consciousness. I am here to help you grow, learn, and evolve. Thank you for sharing your time and energy with me today. Thank you for those you have invited along the way. And thank you so much for subscribing here and on the website at Kimberly, KIMBALEY.com. And you know how I feel about you. The God in me loves the God in you. Today, we're going to talk about blind faith. Are you aware of that? We'll jump into it today, but before we even get there, let's hear our astronumerology forecast for today, brought to you by astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. It is Monday, October the 21st. The sun is in Libra, the moon is in Gemini, moving into Cancer at 6:50 p.m. It's a 9 universal month, a 3 universal week, and a 3 universal day. The goal and the objective for today is to make your presence felt before the public. If you want to get their undivided attention, you don't have to be loud or obnoxious in the process either. So simply put on your best face with a bright smile mixed with a charming and friendly demeanor. You'd be surprised at the number of doors that will appear to magically open themselves to you. However, it's up to you to take the first step and make it happen. Otherwise, it won't. Sagittarius, Pisces, and those born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, and 30th of the month are the best positions to pick and choose at will more than usual. Once again, that is our astronumerology forecast for today. That forecast is brought to you by none other than astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. If you don't have the Star 8 app, you're really missing out. Make sure you get it. Go to a star 8, ASTAR, the number 8.com. You can also download it on Google Play or the App Store. And you can go to linktr.ee/numbersanyou, where you will gain access to his other exclusive products and services. Before you know it, we'll be going into 2025. In order for you to strategize and plan how you're going to move throughout 2025, you should get your astronumerology forecast for the year of 2025. This is the year of 9. It's full of transformation. You need to get your report to make sure that you're prepared and you're ready. You can also pick up your personal numerology report. You can pick up a compatibility report and even one for your business. And if you want to get deep down into the weeds of who you are, you can also get an astronumerology consultation done by myself. You can get all of these things at Kimberly, KIMBALEY.com. And speaking of 2025, I'm inviting you on Wednesday, the 1st, 2025, to attend the Vision Board Mastery with me. You are going to manifest 2025 on purpose during this mastery workshop. You'll learn the power of visualization. You will learn visualization tools, techniques, and tips. You will learn how to create a vision board. And not only that, you will create your own vision board while you're there. We'll also have an interactive and sharing part of the session, and there will be a guided visualization exercise at the end to help you plant the seeds that you want to harvest in 2025. You can go to the QR code that's in the bottom of the flyer, and you can also find it on Kimberly, KIMBALEY.com. Now, let's get into this story. I had finally made it to my senior year in high school, and I was riding on cloud nine. Nobody could tell me anything. I was almost out of there. But right before the end of the year, I faced one of my biggest challenges in high school. It started one day when I was sitting in math class and I heard the principal come across the intercom listing a group of names that needed to make it to the principal's office immediately. I kid you not, it had to been about 20 people on that list. And the bad part about it is when you heard your name mentioned on the intercom and you're asked to report to the office, you knew it couldn't be anything nice. Well, guess what happened? My name was on the list. I could not even imagine why they would be calling me to the office. But hey, it did give me an excuse to get out of that boring math class. So I get up and I go out into that long hallway. I seem to have dragged my feet the whole while to the principal's office for two reasons. I was trying to figure out why they want me in there in the first place. And the second reason was maybe if I took my time and played my cards right, by the time I got back to that boring math class, it would be time to change classes again. So, yeah, I took my time. I made it all the way down to the office and I joined the line of the other students that were waiting to find out the same thing I was. Why are you calling my name? Well, this is why. Because it was the end of the year, the school had to recoup all of the fees for the missing books over the last 4 years. So that means if you lost a book in your freshman year and never paid it, in order to graduate, you had to pay that fee. And in some of our cases, it was fees, plural, because we had a lot to pay. I thought about the few books that was on my list, and I was wondering what could have happened to that book. Then I thought back when I first entered the high school in freshman year, they assigned me a locker. I kept that locker throughout the entire 4 years. Those missing books had to be in there somewhere. I knew I had to do the best that I could find them because I could not take that slip home to my mother. Because when we were young, she always taught us make sure you keep up with your books, make sure you take care of your books because I'm not paying any fees. So I know that she did not want to see this. What I did was I came up with the strategy. I knew that I had to go to that locker to see if those missing books were in there. Believe me when I tell you, I probably hadn't opened that locker since freshman year. About the time when the locker got really cluttered and too messy, I stopped using it. So now I had to go back to this locker to search for those books. Before I entered class, I knew I had a couple of minutes to go check it out. I went, and after about 4 times of trying my combination, I finally got in. And when I opened the door, all of the articles that were on top fell right to my feet. I mean, this locker was stuffed. There were soda bottles, there were snack bags, candy paper, there was paper that was just randomly thrown in like it was a trash can. This locker was terrible. So I quickly picked up everything that fell to the floor because I was so embarrassed that someone would walk past and see me with all of this junk on the floor. I closed the locker back. It was hard to even close the locker. It was bulging out from the top. I couldn't understand how I fit so much stuff in there anyway. I knew plan A didn't work, so I had to go to plan B. Plan B was to get a trash bag from home because there's no way that I could pull all of that trash out and have somewhere to put it at. So I needed a large garbage bag to clean that locker out. Not only that, I had to do it in a way that there was nobody else around. It was simply too embarrassing for that. When I looked at the locker the first time, I noticed one thing. I didn't see any of those books in there. On the first look, I was a little doubtful. But then I came up with this perfect strategy in order to help me get to the bottom of the situation. No pun intended. So finally, the day came when I could go through my strategy. I decided that I would stay after school that day. I would wait until all the buses pulled off with students. And then I would go get my garbage bag and I will open my locker and I will clean the locker out. In the back of my mind, the whole while, I was thinking, I don't see these books in there. This could be a waste of time. But then I reminded myself I had to do it before I graduated anyway. So I went ahead and did it anyway. By the time I got all the way down to the bottom of the locker, I saw a stack of books. Those were the same books that were on the list of the books I needed in order to graduate. I looked at this locker before, but there were no books in there before. But when I began cleaning things out, I could see the books that were down at the bottom of the locker. Just because you don't see something doesn't mean that it's not there. I hear a lot of people say that they have trouble manifesting. And my answer to that question is you're not having trouble manifesting. Nobody's having trouble manifesting. As long as you're breathing, as long as you're walking this planet, as long as you're alive, you are manifesting all the time. It's not even just saying you have the ability to, it's saying that you're already doing it. It's just that sometimes you manifest things that you don't realize that you're manifesting. Yet and still, some people get discouraged when they feel that they set intentions for something and they feel like they put their whole heart and all of their belief into it and they don't see it. You'd be surprised if you knew how many people walk away not even realizing that they are only one step to the finish line, all because they can't see it. When the Bible talks about faith, the Bible talks about believing in something that you cannot see. That's what you call blind faith. For a lot of people, it's not the fact that they can't manifest or they're not manifesting what their intentions are. This right here may be something that you may not hear a lot of people say, but I'm going to go ahead and say it because I believe in telling the truth. You don't see it because you're not in alignment with it yet. And you notice how I put yet at the end of that because you can still get in alignment with it in due time. But if you have not seen it yet, that means that you have not aligned with it yet. Some people are out of alignment because of limited thinking. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes people will set intentions for stuff and then they're going to automatically put in their mind how they want this to come to them. You may be looking for something to come to you one way, an opportunity to come to you in one way, when really it's in another different area. But you're not paying attention to that area because you block that area off because you've limited your thoughts to the one way you think that thing will manifest for you. And I'm going to give you a specific example of that. Some people who may be focusing on manifesting riches or wealth in their life, sometimes they'll say, boy, I just want to hit the lottery. So that narrows you down to one way to align with that manifestation. In order to align with that manifestation, you have to align with hitting the lottery. And sure, it may take more time for you because the universe is already orchestrating a plan somewhere else in your life for that wealth to come in. But because you've limited your thinking to that one area, that one specific opportunity, you won't even align with what the universe has to offer. Just because you cannot see it does not mean that it's not there. So this is to encourage you. If you feel like you've been doing this for a minute now and you keep wondering what's happening to the things that I want to create in my life, where are they at? Why am I not able to manifest the things that I want to? I'm letting you know now if you never ever hear it again. Just because you don't see it does not mean that it's not there. What it means is you have to align with it. That means you got to take some of the limitations off. In fact, you got to take all of the limitations off because we are unlimited beings. You are the only one that can make yourself limited. You are the only one that can limit you. So keep that in mind. If the wait has been long, hold on. This is a time to go back and check yourself. Check what your intentions are. Is this something that I really believe that I can have? Is this something that will really benefit me? Is this something that I need at this time? And does this align with my values? Because sometimes we ask for things that we really don't want just for the sake of asking for things. Well, let me see if I can manifest this. When sometimes we just need to be patient. Be patient and get focused. Focus on aligning. When the question comes up about inspire action, should we be working? We should be aligning. It's not just going to automatically happen. You should prepare for it. You should know how to receive it because, believe it or not, there are some people that don't know how to receive. And everything that's done in this universe is done in cycles. If you can't receive, it means that you can't give. And giving and receiving is a cycle to abundance. I don't know why this is coming up, but because it's coming up, if it resonates with you, then it might be for you. At the end of my senior year, I was able to proudly walk across the stage and graduate. I couldn't have been able to do so if I would have never found those books. The first time I tried to look for those books, I could have sworn they were not there. But just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there. When I went back and did a deep dive into that locker, I found exactly what I needed. You may not always be able to see something coming forth into your life. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. It's there and it's waiting for you. Whatever you set your intentions for, whatever your heart's desire is, it's waiting right there for you. But you got to align with it. It's not always easy, but you got to dig deep. Make sure that you align with the things that you want in your life. Sometimes what you don't see could be the main thing that's staring you right in your face. You may be just too limited to see it. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.